going because Winstrike, ESPADA, Mirage, the second map of the series, and the pick of the current T side is well and truly underway. Got the pistol round right in front of your screens, and ESPADA, they're going in towards B. We've got the boost up. Won't actually do anything. Lackey's jumping. He gets the info, and ESPADA drop into the site.
Again, taking the initiative, pushing, charging, but Lackey standing. The last safeguard on the site now being, but he doesn't need any help. He is sliding up the scoreboard by himself. Sophic, the only player left standing, and like it's 4K. That's ridiculous. He had no right to get 4 kills from that position.
No, that's like a one and done spot usually, the back of the site, right? You're going to get pre-fired, you're going to get checked. They know where you are, but he just pivots perfectly, peeking the bench, peeking the close cap player, going back to apartments, just, masterful. Forget Dexter finding 2 with his pistols. It's going to be Lackey locking it in here for Winstrike. ESPADA, not the start they wanted, but a force could be found in the second. We see a lot of that here in the CIS region. So, ESPADA tempted. Galil and 4 pistols. I like that Hobbit's lower, but he's not pushing underpass. He's waiting, stalling out this late play. Knows at any point if they rush B, he can flank them, and then he just runs out and swings. He hears the drop, and he goes for the fight, walks into 2 players, so not favorable, but this trade could be if Dima gets it. Oh, it does come through. 4 on 3, a rifle gone from middle. Bondit gets flashed back in, but Dima not affected by it. Goes for the fight, put down low, but there's more players where that came from coming in from under, and ESPADA, they're going to do it, Vince. Blimey, they're going to do it.
Unbelievable. We had 4 spies winning out at the start of Dust 2, and very much the same result here, unless Lackey and Crizin have... It'd have to be an ace up the sleeve, really, at this stage. Otherwise, it's looking like they are just going to be bust, more than likely. ESPADA moving over towards the B side. They still have to pick up the bomb, which is towards the middle portion. Now going to go for that one. 40 seconds, so... There is an avenue in which maybe with low time they push into a site, one of these assault rifles, we get a double or triple spray, and Winstrike can still hold on to this, especially as Crisen's now moving onto the CT boxes. They have 3 smokes, actually 4 smokes. You'd imagine they're going to at least lock off a couple of these angles, and now Dimmer shows his hand. Perfect timing to deal with the Lackey threat. 4K in the last round, but not going to add to that in this, and Crisen now has been patient, biding his time on the CT boxes. Now he's shown himself, and Patsy sprays him out with the MP9. Beautiful turnaround from ESPADA.
And that just shows the comfort of having your map pick, right? It's like you're always going to be ready. You're always going to have something to fall back on. And even if you don't necessarily win the fights that you want to set you up for a round win, you can pull out like bangers like that where you just close it out on a force by ESPADA. Very quick reroute towards the A site, and even though Winstrike had the info, that alert from Dima up top mid is perfect. He peeks out, he drops that player coming in from underpass, and at that point it's a 1 round. Nice entry again. Dima does the dirty. Hobbit's under. And the spam, it gives away his position. Hobbit dead, and Dima's looking for 3. He's been put down with the scout. Hasn't finished the job, though. And Alien's holding the Molotov. They can't push out right now. He does get a shot off, but this is where they're surely going to overwhelm him. The only real weapon left in the round removed, and Bondic in CT spawn.
And dead. Does dink Patsy, but that's it. ESPADA 2-1. They have navigated their way across a 4 spy on the side of Winstrike. And, on the desk they were saying that, if Dexter can tee off in the pistol, if they can win the pistol round, well, this is actually, in some cases, even better news. They've broken down Winstrike straight away on their CT side. This is going to really delay the possibility of getting a solid buy or an AWP or a double AWP in play on the CT side. So, I mean, this is a beautiful start for ESPADA. They'll be very happy with how things have turned out.
The A-stack is a little bit scary, but full USPs, no util. You'd like to think ESPADA shouldn't have an issue. And I mean, Winstrike already flanking, which, while may seem good, you probably expect by the time, either Winstrike run and they get heard, or they walk. And by that point, ESPADA are probably in a bomb site before Winstrike are in T-spawn. Well, Sophics there anyway, even if they're not. Oh dear, the jump gets caught off. Can find 1, but no more. That's an AK gifted over, and now someone needs to come back and deal with these players. Hobbit's got himself a rifle. He's not overextended. He wants to go back to a site instead. ESPADA have run into B, and that is a very good play for Dexter. He's cleared out the site. The bomb is allowed to join him, and even though Winstrike have an AK and have a chance to do more damage, Hobbit might just straight up save this gun. This round is lost.
Yeah, it certainly makes sense to try and hold on to this AK. It's going to be a nice bolstered up weapon. That's assuming that they can. They've positioned themselves in awkward spots where they've actually lost the AK. And it doesn't look like either Elian or Bondic can be able to pick that up anytime soon. Finnegan somehow surviving that grenade, which looked dead on, but the USP is going to drill through his head. AK-47 now used from Elian. Maybe they can save it yet. That flick is a thing of beauty. But it does seem like a bit of a drop in the bucket because ultimately the round is over. It's just about trying to hold on. They do take 4 weapons down with them, but Elian's not going to survive with the AK-47. And so ESPADA take the 3-1 lead. We will have a buy coming up, though, for Winstrike at the very least, and it does include 1 AWP.
No AKs, huh? That didn't get saved. So it's not all, you know, rainbow and sunshine for Winstrike here. They've got to fight hard if they want to take this in a 2-0 fashion. ESPADA are already showing us that. Little run boost into middle. Sophic is going to have the pace, and he isn't going to take it. Molotov to the connector. Bomb dropped back, waiting for Winstrike to make the first move, and then jumping out with the flashbangs. Ooh, nice grenade. Elian just dunks Sophic in the face. ESPADA, they were leaning towards B early. They were looking for a pick in the apartments, but Winstrike were not even jumping, not even giving away info. So ESPADA giving nothing. We're now heard elsewhere, players coming in from lower and just, you know, surrounding this mid control, trying to take Bondic out of the window, or maybe even boost up a player themselves. See where this bomb's going. It could be either side right now. ESPADA, they don't have to commit anywhere. They've got players in A, they've got players in apartments. Obviously, Winstrike are triple stacked more so on the A side of things, but I mean, actually, I say that Bondic's rotation is as fast as it is to B as it is to A. ESPADA taking their sweet time, though. 40 seconds on the clock and setting up spokes towards B.
As a result of taking their time, Winstrike have used all of their utilities. They need Elian really to tee off. 2 separate players he's seen. Just a pixel dot across his screen, dancing into apps. But they have been demolished. Crizin holding on to window. Control is looking good for Winstrike. They have just taken their first casualty, though, but there's 25 seconds in which ESPADA have got to try and make the most of this. Sophic already low. Nearly getting the upper hand onto Elian. Going to be joined in the meanwhile as Crizin is burned to a crisp. Finnegan, the assailant from the grave. And now ESPADA push towards the side. Bomb gets dropped down, and there's Lackey for 2. A 4K in the first round. Hasn't struck until now, but ESPADA have been brought down a peg.
Yeah, luckily they've still got money, right? That 3-round early lead has left them with a bit of cash, but it will be one buy. And you know, if we equal up at 3-3, suddenly Winstrike control the pace, they control the money, and they are in the favored half as well. So this one can very quickly flip back. Double AWP and the shotgun. Quite the arsenal of weaponry. And Hobbit, he's taken his to the right place as well. Look at this position. They could molly it, but... oh no, they're going to run out dry. Oh no, the old Chuggaroo, he is just churning them up. 2 kills. That's great work for Hobbit. And Finnegan, well, he'll trade back double, running out of ammo, having to swap gun. Dexter destroying the player on stairs. One of these AWPs removed. Now it's down to Bondic and Lackey. The cross comes through. That grenade should finish the job, but Sophic gets out, and Bondic must have realized that. No, he doesn't. He throws in another Molotov, and now he's realizing the error of his ways. Good shot by Lackey, and the retake is on.
2v2, HP favoring the oncoming CTs, trying to reclaim what was once theirs as they look to annul the partnership of Sophic and Dexter. Bondic now making moves with the smoke headed towards ramp, going to be locking off one of these 2 angles. It is the correct decision, but it's all about that second player in sandwich. Lackey is still watching. He spots Dexter. Wow. Protruding through the smoke, and I mean, the round is going to go their way here, Hugo. They've got a kit, they've got time, and they're going to have double AWPs. This is a fantastic retake for Winstrike.
Yeah, and a very late one as well at that. You know, time not really in their favor, but some excellent shots, and Hobbit starting off with 2 there as well. Lackey with the AWP has been exciting to watch as well, right? Think about his scout back in the first map, getting some important early kills in that B bomb site. God, these guns are getting traded on the fly. ESPADA, they are oiled and ready to go into this B site furiously, and only one player here. Lackey's deep on Cat will have to come back, but actually ESPADA, they pull the brakes only to go again on a later train. Winstrike have 3 here now, though, and ESPADA are in the site in every direction. Crizin opening kill, Lackey from short, and Patsy needs to get a double here. He can't. Crizin, ooh, nice shot from Sopvik. Crizin gets into the site, but not for long, and these orbs are just lighting up the scoreboard. Every angle, ESPADA peak, they die, and this bomb is dropped out on the site. Dexter in the open, they know it, and, well, Lackey's going to take him down. Winstrike just slaughtering on the B-bomb site there. That is a very clean round.
Yeah, real tumultuous push, wasn't it? As he said, they originally had all systems go. They then broke very quickly, whacked on the brakes, then thought, no, let's go for this. And in doing so, the rotation was already there. So Winstrike had put up the roadblock, busted the tires of ESPADA, and there was just no way forward. There was no getaway. Now they're into the pistols. They have 1 flash and some upgraded pistols, but that's basically it. And mainly congregating just outside of ramp as Elian flicking in, plus the secondary up of Lackey elsewhere on the map, dealing with Dima. So a good start again. Winstrike, after losing that second round, after winning the pistol, it was looking dire for them, but fair play, they bounced back.
Yeah, they're not playing games today. I feel like they had maybe some realizations after yesterday. Or not even just realizations, but I feel like, that wasn't the Winstrike that we know and love. That wasn't the team that we've been watching throughout 2020, rise to new heights. And so we know what they can do, and now they're showing us what they can do. Trying to avoid elimination, of course, inside of Clutch Island. This is, of course, the group stages still. For Group A. Also, teams in this group, Namiga, Spirit, both won their games earlier. Both will be playing after. That is going to be an absolutely banging matchup as well. I have no idea where that one's going. Spirit looked good recently, but Namiga actually more impressed at Namiga, because I think in the way that they won that game yesterday, it was more impressive. Spirit 2-0ing ESPADA, I think, was like expected, but Namiga definitely going to have my eyes on them for the rest of this tournament. One of these teams will be leaving the tournament after, well, potentially this map. If not, then the series. ESPADA are down by 1 so far, and this is their map pick. Back into the rifle rounds, back on full AKs, but Winstrike has still kept this double orb, and it has had a lot of success.
Oh yeah, 100%. It did on Dust 2. We saw in the last round, the first 2 picks were from both of the AWPers. And Hobbit again occupying with the XM. Last time he got 2 kills from Shadow. His team still nearly lost the round, which is quite surprising. This time mixing it up just outside of ramp trajectory. That Molotov, he knows what's coming up. He's going to reposition up in the eyes of Dimmer and just riddles him full of pellets. He does go down to Finnegan, but now the aggression is forthcoming. The pursuit is on, but it's Sopvik against the world. 1v3, going to be able to get the bomb plant. Is he going to survive much afterwards? Yes, he's actually going to get a kill for his troubles, and still plenty of HP to his name. He is stuck behind the triple box, so he's going to start to get perforated through those boxes. If he's not careful, he will get sprayed down from Crizin. But he felt compelled to go for the Y-Peak Hugo because he knew that the Overwatch position on Stairway was being watched from Elian, so it was unlikely he survived from that situation.
Yeah, at that point, you just got to fight tooth and nail. You can't hide, you can't duck in behind the box that you're getting spammed through. You need a kill just to try and get back into the round. And Bondic, man, he rushes the bomb plant there. It's a weird play because he sneaks up close. He was triple, he couldn't deny it without running. And so he chooses not to deny it, he chooses to sneak. And then the last second, he sprints around the corner and gets taken down. Not really an issue, but yeah, could have been a bit cleaner here for Winstrike. Nonetheless, that is certainly a good start. Crizin, combo with the nade and the spray. He's going to take down Dexter early in the middle. Definitely not what Dexter wanted. 2-10 right now. Continuing to be a guy that we often talk about inside of this ESPADA roster. We know the heights he can achieve, but it's the consistency that he achieves them. And right now, anything but. Deep Molotov. ESPADA's scared that Winstrike perhaps taken the apartments. Hobbit certainly has over on A, dropping a man in Palace. Bondic is in T-spawn. What a mad lad, holding W and getting the bomb back under his control. It will be traded, and Patsy needs to go back for the package. His teammates on ramp. Winstrike starting to spread out.
Yeah, ESPADA are isolated from one another, though. Dima's still in ramp, and he has already got a kill from this position. So both players have been spotted, but as each second passes, that information, that intel becomes less and less valuable. It does have a sell-by date. So Winstrike are going to have to start to respect this possibility, the timing. Nearly working against Crizzen, but still holds on with the spray, and Patsy is going to be his victim, leaving Dima 1v3. Perched up on the A site, doesn't have control of the bomb. And Elian on the cross, putting that AWP to use again. And it's terrifying here, Hugo. When you consider that it's Elian and Lackey as the AWPers, they have 24 frags between the two of them, and we're moving into round 11.
Yeah, the scoreboard was pretty lopsided for Winstrike in the last map as well, but like in a good way almost. It was weird. We had Hobbit and Lackey just stomping, and everyone else like, you know, petering along, doing fine, doing all right. Yeah, Lackey 30 and 15, Hobbit 25 and 19. The next best player had 16 kills. So, you know, I don't want to call it a carry, like it wasn't a team effort, and like the rest of Winstrike weren't doing their job. But boy, was it a bit of a carry from those two. And Lackey, he's doing the damage today. He's doing the heavy lifting, a 14 and 4. No money here for ESPADA. This is a rough one as well. It's so tempting to buy. You've got players on the edge of 4K, but if you actually want any semblance of a rifle round, any utility, the AWP, you've got to eco. And so they make the right call, saving money for a rainy day. When it rains, it pours. And Winstrike, they're controlling the weather. Looking like a B play. Bit of a desperation one for ESPADA. What else can you do with the low economy? They keep trying that. They keep trying to sneak under the balcony. Hobbit is not letting them get away with it. And Bondik's going to find one lower as well. One by one, the piece is starting to crumble, and ESPADA just looking for a B bomb plant. Good luck.
Yeah, at first I thought Hobbit just picked up the XM as the round is going to be wrapped up. It's Lackey putting on the style points. That's a hell of a drive by Tech9 frag, but it's not really going to do too much overall. They should be able to take up that second AWP as well. It is at the cost of an AK, so that is actually having a reverb effect. But I thought at first that Hobbit's XM was picked up because of his economy was so bad, but now he's got 6K, 4K, and he's keeping with it. So clearly, this is just what he prefers playing, and why not? He's playing this shadow position, this ramp position so well with it. He's already got 4 or 5 kills.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You make so much money off of each frag with the XM, $900 a kill. The fact that you can, you know, when you see players do this, you'll see every now and then a player will like stick with a shotgun or an SMG for most of the game, in the way that like Chris J will run a Deagle on a rifle round. Because the value of that is you can pick up an AK, give it to your teammate, or even keep it. It's just going to save money at the end of the day. And the XM is so cheap. You pay for it with 2 kills. Name another gun that you can pay for it with 2 kills. Like, it's very rare for a primary weapon. So, yeah, very good gun. And, well, he's making it work. 8-3 for Winstrike, in control of this game. ESPADA looking for a solution, looking for a response. It's been 7 in a row. Finnegan, nice play. Gets out ramp this time, avoids the palace, and removes Hobbit. Patsy's found Elliot up on catwalk, and finally the pieces are starting to come together.
Absolutely. This time Hobbit was caught. Lackey on the cross. You don't want to test this man. He is feeling it. And adrenaline is surging through his veins, but he won't play any further part in this round. Patsy will cut off the head. 2v2. Bondik goes into window, and Sotfik will be laid out as a result. 40 seconds to play with now, and it's going to be Dexter, who was thinking about pushing B, now deciding better of that decision and pushes back down into underpass. They're keeping their options open, mainly because Patsy's in window. Maybe heard some rotations through towards kitchen, and that's why they've decided and elected to go for the A side. Crizzen should be dead, and indeed is. Patsy now spins around on a swivel and puts this round in favor of ESPADA. They pick up their 4th, but it was 7 unanswered rounds back to back before that moment.
Yeah, and as a result of that, it's not like Winstrike are going to be broke anytime soon, right? They can buy up for at least another round after this, and, you know, by that point, the loss bonus is going to start to appear. So Winstrike are in a very good position right now. They've won the half, and they're looking to build. And anything here from this point onwards is just bonus rounds, essentially. ESPADA just trying to keep themselves in this one. Little grenade does some damage to Sotfik at the top of middle. Lackey is going to throw one of his own, and good utility from Winstrike so far. Hobbit's still on the shotgun, relentless. Wouldn't want it any other way. The AWP on Elian is playing the CT spawn as well. So we haven't really seen many A-ending rounds. ESPADA have not been going for the standard A smokes with a con split through under. You know, pretty basic rounds. And And so Winstrike may be prepared for that to come through eventually. Crizin, he's found Sophic in the middle this round, peeking out from the window with a flash. And Elian, he's about to get contact as well. Nice shot. That's a very quick flick. Oh, he's got to... How does he hit the leg? How on earth has he put Patsy down on A? I do not know.
Yeah, some insane reaction speed and flicks to go with it, but hold the phone. ESPADA have picked it up. And Bondik, the timing could not have been better onto Dima, who is switching to a grenade. The bomb has spilled, and Elian hoping, praying that Molotov doesn't spread too much further, but he's being tagged. They know he has to be in that position. If he's not already pushed out through the Molotov, through the flames, he has to be stuck there behind the boxes. So well played, but Finnegan gives his position away, and Lackey will rip him out, leaving Patsy 1 versus 2 with 15 seconds. This is an important trade. Goes his way with the last bullet in the magazine. He only has 8 HP to play with, but it will be post-plant, Hugo. This is winnable.
That was insane. He had to hit the 1 bullet. He had a single round left, and there were 10 seconds on the clock. If he misses it, if he reloads, if he doesn't push then, he's lost the round to time regardless. So what a play from Patsy. He set himself up. He just needs to knock the chips down. It is Lackey on his own. No idea where to go. The bomb planted a market. That's going to waste time anyway, because Lackey's going to be checking close positions. It's nothing of the sort. Patsy is waiting for the tap. And Lackey, well, he has a smoke flash. That's a pretty standard position, pretty easy one to spam. It should be Patsy's. Oh, no, he's aiming too far left. He's white. He can't see a thing. The spray, and it doesn't connect. Lackey gets it done. He was a little bit further off than Patsy was ready for, and he even kills him through the smoke. That scoreboard does not betray you. 19-6. Lackey is a legend right now.
You have to feel bad for Patsy. Like, even to get into a position with a 1v1 sort of situation post-plant like that is impressive in itself, and it didn't quite work out for him. He opted for the wrong side with the spray, and a good flashbang while the defuse was coming in as well really threw him off. He also died after time, so a lot of rough moments in that round, a lot of damage as well. I've got to say, Winstrike's utility has been on point. Like, they're typically dropping players to 50, 60 HP right off the first few seconds each time.
Sparta, they're scrambling for 6 here at best. That's not a bad half by any means, but you've got to get there. And right now, that's not looking too easy. Going for an A contact here, setting up smokes. Winstrike haven't had to deal with many of these, and so this will be a welcome change. The AWP posted, missing a shot. Dima, oh dear, Elliot's got to be careful, doesn't want to get wallbanged again. Prison spots a man in Palace, but he fights Ramp instead in the Molotov and will die. Hobbit with 1 from under, doubles it. Hobbit, that's a big couple of kills, but it comes at a cost, and that cost is the sight. His teammate from Spawn dead, the AWP gone, and now Winstrike, a man down, retaking.
You have the flank though, the long con from Bondik, but he's been spotted, still puts the bullet to Sophic and takes him out of the equation. That equation is looking pretty stacked towards the T's, or perhaps not. Bondik's going to try and be the equalizer one more time. Lackey pushed up on the CT boxes, gets 1, switches to the maybe a mistake. He's mollied off, but it's not deep enough to afford Dexter into having to peek this one short. Surely not again. Surely not too diffusing the smoke. That's not going to happen.
No, that was a bit ridiculous to try and stick there. The time was super low, though, and that's obviously the main reason you go for it. But yeah, bit of a missed round there for Winstrike for sure. Not the end of the world. Hobbit again just puts up 2, man. It feels like every time they go A, he just gets 2 kills, dies. But like, he's done his job. He's done whatever he can from under the balcony. And considering he's playing the same spot, Sparta should know about it. It's not coming as a surprise. Oh, the cross in mid. No one's watching it. No one's even considering it. Pistol out. Prism will get it done in the trade. But something's doubled up in middle, finding a second. And he can retreat as well with the bomb. Doesn't want to die here. Rather play for the long con. Look at B. Dima's cleared it. He's walked all the way through. There's no way Kristen's ready for this one. Free kill, free bomb site, and likely a 6th round here for ESPADA. They are just taking kills in every direction. Finnegan dropped eventually, but Elian with the AWP is a long way from home. And Patsy, he's going to send him there. 6 rounds at the end of the half for ESPADA. They do recover. They do make it interesting. But can they keep this game going? I don't know, Vince. What do you think?
I think it's definitely possible, especially as they're now going to be switching to the CT side, and a lot of their issues to start off with were indecision and not being able to fully capitalize on little victories that they got. On the CT side, I think that's going to be an easier prospect to pick up. But another thing as well, Hugo, interestingly, this is almost gone the exact same way as Dust 2, where ESPADA They break back the pistol round instantly. They get a decent lead. They break the CT economy down. And then the middle portion is just all Winstrike. And then at the end, they have this second wind. They have this second gust that like takes them into a few more rounds. So if I'm not mistaken, I think the first map ended 9-6. Then Winstrike picked up the second pistol. Obviously, we know how it ended. So I'm curious if the script is going to read the same come the end of this map and potentially this best of 3.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll have to see how this one goes. The pistol really sets the pace for the second half, and knowing that, you know, this is statistically a pretty garbage map for Winstrike, which is, I think, one of the more impressive feats right now, being up 9-6 at the halftime. 30% win rate on this map. Like, nothing to be proud of at all. They play it a lot. Obviously, they're their most played map, actually. So, you know, that bodes well and shows that they've at least got significant practice on it, even if they did lose it yesterday to Namiga. And actually, yeah, I'm looking at their losses. The last 3 times they played Mirage, 16-6 loss to Namiga, 16-4 to Navi Jr., 16-10 to ESPADA. Well, this ain't that game, at least not yet.
Yeah, a lot of Lackey as well. I mean, again, you don't want to just highlight one player and say it's all him, because there's a lot of setting up of plays and people positioning themselves to allow him to flourish. But he is 20-8 with 116 ADR. Elian, 100 ADR with 12 kills, had a lot of impact with the AWPs. And so now on the T side, will they have as much impact where they don't have to have really the luxury of playing as static and stationary? You have to take more of the initiative. Maybe that is going to make a couple of these players drop off the boil, and this is where we can see ESPADA really claim a little bit of honor and try and fight back into this and take us to overpass, which, as we said, doesn't necessarily bode well for Winstrike. There's not too much information out there knowing what they're going to be bringing to the table. But this pistol now underway. ESPADA, CT side, occupying with 4 players on B. They have stacked this hard, leaving just Finnegan watching A alone, and it might actually work for them. Dima's going to go aggressively into the apps, gets one. There's Patsy with the second, and this crossfire is so powerful. They can also pull the plug and just get out of here now. What a passage of play. This is the perfect start for ESPADA in the second pistol.
Yeah, well, they need it, but it's not done yet. Winstrike, however, if they walk into this B site, it is done. It's a quad setup. It's everyone here right now with Finnegan and CT Spawn. That smoke is not going to draw a rotation, not at all, especially with the kill into B. Hobbit trying to come up catwalk. If he can get a good timing, certainly still doable for Winstrike, but that boosted player in the site is going to be a big question mark. Nice dig, but the kill from Dexter is imminent, and Sophic is still stuck on the bench as well. Look at how many players there are. Patsy gives away his position for good value, and Elian can't even get out of apps. He has a P250, pretty damn good gun, but 4 CTs here, and he's dead. 7 rounds to ESPADA. Now the party starts, Vince. Now things get interesting.
Oh, yes. That's exactly what we were looking for from Mutual's perspective. ESPADA now, second pistol, Winstrike on the back foot, no bomb plant either, so it's not as if they can come out with some Galils and potentially an AK. It's going to be very much a rough purchase. Scout, some Deagles, pardon me, not P250, a Tech 9. And the Scout is on the hunt for kills, and Lackey will find one. Sophic plugged by the Scout in the head, and a freebie of a kill. Hobbit's also wrapping through on the underpass. Now, it looks great for ESPADA, but if they go down in this round, it's going to be so rough. But what a shot again from Lackey. This guy doesn't seem to miss.
Yeah, if that wins in this round, if that opening kill does Winstrike that much effect, I mean, they're going to be very grateful. Finnegan, though, he is not letting them go down without a fight. Dropping Bondic on the A site. Elian's deep. Could get a kill here onto Dima rotating through com, but he's not going to capitalize, not going to move out the sandwich, waiting rather, as he has a position that ESPADA maybe don't expect. But they're not even spotting it. They have no one here. Only now is Dima rotating. So as far as ESPADA are aware, Winstrike could be deep, and they are. So Scout out. Lackey needs to hit some more shots, defending his team in the site. Oh dear, that's a kill. Dima gone from the triple box, and now the T-spawn flank coming through. Oh, Lackey, what is going on? He's going to ace this round. Finnegan's on the flank. He's going into the exact position Lackey sits. All he needs to do is stand still and watch his back.
This is absurd. This is absolutely absurd, Lackey. Supreme Scouting salvages the round and could very well put ESPADA down. That is unbelievable. How often do you say that you've witnessed a Scout ace against a full buy?
Vince, every pistol round this series has been reset by a force buy. I think the CTs have won every pistol, and the Ts have always won the force. That's how it's feeling right now. At least in this game alone, it's happened both times. That is absolutely criminal. I've never seen anything like it. I'm lost for words. ESPADA are broke. And not just economically, mentally, physically, everything in between.
I'm somewhat speechless, Hugo. Like, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a scout ace of that magnitude against the full buy. Like, sure, against Eco or something, but jeez. Lucky, 25 kills, 130 ADR as we move into round 18. This man is absolutely turning heads and demolishing ESPADA, who are now into a force buy. They've already lost Finnegan. No nades behind this. No kits either. This is looking grim. Patsy's going to be able to hold, well, I was going to say hold the line for a kill, but actually misses out on that shot. Does a lot of damage, but now being tagged down to 5. Grenades flying around him with the incandescence of the Molotov. Does actually die to that. Bondic takes him out of the equation. There's another one, and it's just going to be a case of cleaning it up, and it's a clean sweep. ESPADA in real trouble.
Yeah, they really are. It's just all this is doing is it's not only delaying their rifle round, but putting Winstrike closer and closer to the finish line. ESPADA, I mean, they had their quote-unquote rifle round in the second, but, you know, obviously still essentially a bonus, and Winstrike get rid of it with a scout. So now, full eco, ESPADA having to give 12 to Winstrike. No choice in the matter. They have a Zeus as the last line of defense here, and it's on the B site. Bit of an A stack for ESPADA, but again, like in this round, stacks are going to be providing very little value. It's probably the best way to play full USPs, but only because, you know, there's so many targets, the Ts don't know who to kill, and then they get shot by someone, and, you know, in the madness, you can sometimes get a couple of USP frags. I mean, we've seen those rounds get one for sure, but it's not consistent at all. Hobbit faking B. Patsy's waiting under. He could get a Zeus kill here. The USP might just do. That's an AK. Elian, though, did get a pick to A, and that's where these Ts are ending up. There are a lot of players in a lot of spots, but they are all getting cleared one by one. Nice and methodical for Winstrike. Only one casualty, and that's going to be 12 as we expected. Here's the buy. And Vince, the first buy round of the half for ESPADA is going to be this. It's going to be weak. No kits, no AWP. Util's pretty not where you want to be.
That sums up this entire best of 3 for ESPADA right now, doesn't it? Oh man, and this really plays into what you talked about yesterday. Hold that thought for a second. It looks like Dexter may be able to get the drop onto Elian. Did get a shot out. I thought he was maybe going to land that. But this is the downside of losing after winning the pistol. Like, you're never quite there again for the CTs until halfway through the half, you know? It's a long time that you're going to be struggling. Bondic with the spray gets 2. 3v3.
That is sick. There's no way that should be going on. Finnegan dropping the decoy. I like that. Going full world edit. Kristen's like, where is he, mate? I can't see him. He's shooting his all. But yeah, now he's realized it. The bomb can get planted here on the A site. And look at the mid control as well, right? ESPADA are pushing B apps. They don't even know that the bomb is getting planted. They've realized now, obviously. But with mid being under the control of Winstrike, not only can they cut off catwalk, but they can play the bomb from short, from connector, from window. We do have an underlurker. That is the player that can make this round happen if Patsy gets value from this position. Hobbit's got his back turn. Oh, not the kill. Hobbit with a second chance. He will still die, but Patsy now has to get more done. There's another man in the window. Finnegan moving through the smoke. The flashes are going high, and the ESPADA are winning all the fights. They're already sticking the bomb. Lucky has to commit. He has to go wide, and he almost gets Steamer off the defuse. He's sticking it, though. The spray works, and Lucky does it again, man. It doesn't matter what gun you give this guy. He's going to get it done.
My God, whatever you're paying him, Winstrike, double it, triple it, quadruple it. I don't care. Keep this man. He's ridiculous. 28 kills. How? They didn't have a kit, so that obviously really hurt them. They had to stick on the smoke. But the fact that he was able to transition his FAMAS spray into the AK spray at the end is just so huge. And ESPADA, 13-7. It feels like this half has just gone by so quickly. And I'm sure that their head's spinning, Hugo. It has to be. After that scout ace, like, how do you recover from this?
It feels like ESPADA aren't, like, making massive mistakes. Like, they're doing things right. They're doing things for the book, but Winstrike are just throwing spanners at them. Oh, dear. Beating, a bruising, and brutality on this A site. The grenade's going to find Dexter. Elian continuing, and, well, no way to stop this cavalry. It's going to be a T-sided train on the A site, and Winstrike on 14 rounds. Only one chance left for ESPADA. They've got 2 rounds to lose, I guess, but this is the buy. This is everything. This is also, Vince, again, going back to that pistol and losing to the scout, this is the first, in my eyes, full buy. Proper, everything you need for ESPADA. And it's also going to be the last if they don't win it. So, yeah, there's the value of losing the second round. You literally don't have a chance in the second half.
I completely agree. This is the first proper buy. We've had a rifle round, but it had no AWPs, and it was lacking nades, it was lacking kits. So here we go, double AWPs in play. We saw ESPADA are very good at posting up a few rounds when it looks like they're dead and beaten.
Yeah.
But they don't quite have the ability to fully bring back a comeback. This is a very similar situation to what we saw in Dust 2. Now, there's Dexter with his AWP with 1. Incendiary Molotovs now being exchanged between the 2 teams onto Stairway. Good molly onto Ramp. That's going to keep the T stalled for a little bit longer. Lackey's taking some serious damage, and Hobbit has gone down. This is what we needed to see from ESPADA, to have that rallying cry. But is it going to be swept away? No, it's not. It's an absolute disaster. It's carnage. It's mayhem. Elian's still alive, but they know exactly where he is. There's multiple players looking towards him with their M4s and their AWPs, and it's Patsy that puts the final nail in the coffin of round 22. It does go to ESPADA.
Yeah, no, you put a good point on there when you say ESPADA. They're good at hanging on, clinging by the skin of their teeth. Maybe not winning the game, but just making sure you don't win the game, at least not quickly. Let's see if they can continue to build rounds here and get to a point that we can actually consider a comeback. 14-8, it feels pretty unrealistic, but it did in the last map as well, and it got close. Crizin, nice shot. Finding Patsy jumping up onto the short side. Nice little early advantage for Winstrike to play with, and now they're going to walk into the AWPs as well. Oh dear, triple con, and Crizin gets away with a kill and still survives. Never should have happened. Molotov, or smoke in the window rather, and just trying to deny ESPADA middle. 5-on-3, they're just going to push the extremities, try and take A. Bondic trading, one man more here. Dexter having a rough game, a big kill needed, and he's going to get it. Can he double it down? Crizin shows his hand, and Dexter swaps out.
It's been so chaotic. Dexter with the flick now onto Lackey, leaving just Crizin and Elian alive. And Crisin's basically playing bait. He's trying to buy up time for his teammate to go onto the B site, and he has been successful, but he's fallen down. So now everything's on Elian. 16 kills to his name right now. Has the AWP. Going to be Molotoving on towards the kitchens. They know exactly what's coming up, and they're going to try and take post-plant positions. Although, to be fair, Dexter was running away onto the A site, so he's going to take a little while. Elian's position now is looking in towards the rotation from CT spawn. No one's forthcoming. As there's 2 CTs now going to move in. He's seen a pixel. He's executed off said pixel, and Elian now on the very real possibility, on the brink of breaking ESPADA one more time. Their souls will be shattered, their hearts broken, but maybe Dexter can do something about this, and it's a big miss. He's missed a bit of a sitter. I expected Elian to pick that one up.
Yeah, Dexter, he throws a Molotov to the back left of the site, but he knows that Elian's not there. He's trying to elude Elian by the looks of things and make him think that he doesn't know where Elian is. But yeah, a Molotov and the right swing. Elian tries to avoid it, tries to get out of the fight, and I don't think he wanted that engagement. The time was so low, he could have just hid and would have won. So even crouching behind the bench would have been a better play, but not to know. And ESPADA just keep it going. Dexter, he's being quiet. That's a crucial clutch to keep ESPADA in this series still. Keep ESPADA in this tournament. They want their RMR points, Vince. And, well, this is elimination on the line. Maybe coming home empty-handed. So ESPADA not going down without a fight.
Yeah, that really is the key distinction, that there is a lot on the line for both of these teams. There is quite literally a spot further down the line, a potential major. Like, this is huge. This could change some of these players' lives. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And ESPADA on the brink, on the precipice, looking down to ruin, are holding on. Last 2 rounds have gone their way. Still plenty of money at the disposal of Winstrike. If they do lose this, though, they will break that economy and be up to double digits, ESPADA. So it'll be a very similar situation to Dust 2. It took a crazy Deagle clutch with half a second to go for Winstrike to finally win Dust 2. I'll be hoping they don't have to pull that one off out the back again.
They could probably do it. there were any team. Oh, look at this read. ESPADA have 3B right now. If that stays, that's where Winstrike are going, but that kill is going to change everything. It will draw, rotate out. Oh, no, they're faking A. Off the back of killing the window player, Lackey can, if he just makes noise here, they're going to pull away from B. So Lackey's kind of coming on a lurk instead. They're not going to use him to sell a fake, but rather to flank. And right now, he's the one being flanked. In the spawn does kill Dima. Hobbit down from short. Here's the B commitment into the stack. Dexter alone right now. He needs a kill. He's dropped the bomb. 10 seconds. Trying to stay alive and does more than that with a no-scope as well. Dexter, 3 kills on the defense. Winstrike were not ready for that stack.
Mammoth play from Dexter as well. 2 no-scopes in the dying embers of the round. If he falls out, that's going to be a post-plant 1v1 at anybody's round. So important for him to hold the line. Winstrike almost full-on deagles. It actually is full-on deagles. Pretty much a deco. Don't get to see this too often. No grenades behind it either, but full-on fragging potential. So ESPADA need to tread lightly. Don't give anything away for free. 2 players moving over on the B side again. Bomb drop towards A ramp. And Winstrike taking this slow. Going to try and draw some grenades out of ESPADA. They can still get a little bit from this. The deagle shot probably should have landed from Lackey. And if there's one player expect to see connect that shot, it's him. Yeah. So Finnegan can count himself lucky that he wasn't put down.
He's just charging up, you know. Gets better and better each shot. Wait till there's 3 seconds on the clock, Vince. Then he'll win it.
Oh no. You can just see it happening now as well, and just landing some crazy Ds.
Yeah.
And just taking a brief break. Which, I mean, he's on 32 kills. You can understand his back's probably a little bit sore.
Oh, if they got into B before that molly, this could have gotten very, very bad for ESPADA, but that Molotov has just severed this push in 2. The grenade as well is timed well, and now there's 2 players here ready for the apps play. Make it a third. Sophic on rotation, joined by Dexter. They are walking into an armada on this CT side, and now it's all on the lurk of Hobbit. Might find Finnegan here on the site. Oh, nice shot, but this one's a lost round. He's going for the gun at this point. The bomb is still stuck in the apartments. He could give this a go, but yeah, I mean, he's not going to win it. Dexter is ready, and he should hit the shot every day of the week. Even if he doesn't, he's not going to let Hobbit through the murder hole. Not without a murder, at least. Dima, team player, dropping deagles over, making sure everyone is armed and dangerous. And Hobbit will save that gun. That's about it. Gets away with the $2,000, can buy armor around it. It's all fine at the end for Winstrike. But ESPADA, hey, again, Vince, are doing it. They're making it competitive. They are, up against 14, finding rounds out of nowhere. 4 in a row now for ESPADA. Is this game actually winnable?
I think it is, yeah. I think there's every opportunity for them off this streak of rounds to start to give Winstrike some troubles. Maybe put them into a little bit of panic mode. I don't think the button will be getting pressed yet. I don't think the alarm bells will begin to ring until we see 12 or 13 rounds, but they're definitely looking over their shoulder. They're definitely looking behind them now. This was 14-7, now 14-11. ESPADA did lose a few guns that they weren't looking to really be comfortable with, but that slow peek into Patsy is a freebie, and again, B-site getting locked down.
Yeah, Winstrike looking like they're running out of ideas. They're trying to sell a bit of a fake on A after that kill, and it could work well with the bomb still stuck in B. There's no one on A, so ESPADA are going to feel pressured to rotate here, and you can already see everyone is running towards that A bomb site. They thought that first kill was a lurker, was a faker. Instead, it's anything but. It's weird, because the bomb is alone in apartments right now. This is such an odd round. Selling this A fake, they need to get appropriate amount of kills. There's still a B player here in the form of Dima. He's not going to leave until the A site is fully lost, and even though ESPADA is smoked out of it with no plant coming through, why would you rotate? This is really weird for Winstrike, and if that bomb gets spotted or killed, the round's immediately over. So yeah, very much relying on a lot. Hobbit also didn't buy armor. He saved an AK with $2,000. He didn't buy armor. So the cracks are starting to show for Winstrike. That's all I'm getting out of this.
I completely agree with you. I'm very concerned about this bomb play from Elian. Like, sure, if he can drop Dima, he does get a free bomb plant, and then things are back open and very much going to be difficult because you'll have a quick flank. But it's all down to this kill. It's all down to who wins out on this duel. And elsewhere, Hobbit has been put down, and Dima doesn't get checked. They assumed incorrectly that everyone had rotated. That is such a messy round from Winstrike.
Yeah, it's just very weird. Like, you know, the fact that they leave a lone player in the apartments, I think is the big thing to me. Like, at least have two there, at least have someone to cover the bomb plant. Because at bare minimum, as long as you cover that plant and you get the bomb planted, the round suddenly flips in your odds, and the odds flip in your favor, rather. So, yeah, I don't really know. It's like, clearly that's an idea for Winstrike, and I like the idea. It does what they want it to do in terms of pulling players over to A, but they don't get the kills on A. And if you don't get the kills on A, Demon's just not going to rotate. Simple as that. That's all you're relying on. You're relying on the kills to force rotation. So, cool idea. Didn't work in execution. Winstrike now really on a rocky road, really with their backs up against the wall. They may have 14, but 5 rounds in a row for ESPADA, and they are hungry for more.
Yeah, they may have 14, but the last 5 have rang out on ESPADA on their choice of map, a map that we know they're solid on. To make matters worse, they're into a half buy. So ESPADA will be favorites to take another one. Sophic, spray out onto Hobbit. Patsy going unchecked on balcony, gonna pounce. And Winstrike, they have been dealt some swift blows these last few rounds. This is definitely going to dent their confidence. And as you say, the cracks definitely beginning to show themselves, developing, turning into quite the issue. It should just be a case of a clean sweep round. Maybe there's going to be a dig or 2 rings out, but in terms of how the overall trajectory of this round is going, it's looking like it's done. Bondik, 1v5. He's been put down with authority. ESPADA 1 round behind now.
This is really flipped on his head. You got to hope the Winstrike just have any ideas, because it feels like their ideas aren't working. And right there, they just set up in B. They lose a couple of players. They go set up in A. They lose everyone else. Like, you know, there's no game plan out the gate. Now that wasn't eco, and now with guns, they can do something else. It's going to be an A execute by the looks of things. Might be going fast. Seem to be taking these spawns, but not taking them for a run. Just going for the smokes. And only 1 man inside of A as well. Finnegan, this is a really important spot for Finnegan. He is the only man in A, and he is hidden at the back of the site. Do they know? Do they check? No. Chrisen will swivel and get that kill. Traded by Sophic, but now they know where he is, and they can trade him while he throws grenades. Lucky with that kill. Winstrike overwhelmed the A site, and they've never had it so easy.
And they haven't really played aggressively for quite a while either on the A side, so it's a good switch of pace. ESPADA are actually stacking 3 players on B to start things off. Really did cost them dearly. Incendiary put towards the firebox. That is going to be Hobbit burning alive. And Lackey taking bullets, taking damage, has to extinguish his own Molotov to keep himself ticking in this one. There is an Deagle kill coming through the smoke, and now suddenly it falls down to Bondik. He's in a 1 versus 2. He's stuck in Palace, and there is enough utility to make a real go of this one. He's going to be wide swinging out here, and he goes down to Patsy. A successful retake. We're all even.
Yeah, Elian goes out wide there. I don't know why. He gets a kill on the jungle player in a 2-on-2. His teammates in Palace. The bomb wasn't planted for him, of course, and maybe he feels the pressure to get kills. But if he just stays alive with the AWP there, it means that he can die before Bondik. He can go and chase those kills in the 2-on-2 when they tap the bomb, and Bondik can stay alive and wait rather than just dying to a fake. So, yeah, it feels like Winstrike really are getting nervous. That's all I'm seeing. They're clearly in their heads, you know, scared. I don't know, you know, feeling the nervousness of this game slipping out of their fingers, and a third map that they have a 0% win rate on. This could be a ESPADA series, and Winstrike are only just realizing that. Their first tactical pause of the entire game coming through in round number 29. They've had so many opportunities to close this map. 14 rounds and 7 in a row for ESPADA to get us here. And they've got the money favored as well, right? Like, even if Winstrike win this round, OT feels more likely than a closer.
Certainly the case. Winstrike really struggling here. As you say, just seems like they're out of ideas, and it all comes off the back of that Elian whiff, that 1v1 where you fancy him to land the shot, he doesn't, and that's when they went on their streak. And to make matters worse now, ESPADA have the player advantage. They actually find themselves up 1, nearly 2. Elian gets winged, down to 11 HP. It seems like this comeback is destined for success for ESPADA now, as Winstrike go back to pick up the bomb and maybe head over on the B site. But we've already seen time and time again, they get thwarted when they try and push B. Has been a bastion, a real fortress on ESPADA. Things looking a bit grim here, Hugo.
Yeah, it's just not the Winstrike that got here in the first place, right? Think of that ace in the second round from Lackey. Like, where's Lackey gone? He's been absolutely silent. Like, obviously, you can't just rely on one dude, and it's not his fault they're losing. He has 33 kills, but, you know, they got here by him getting 33 kills. You'd hope that he could take them over the line, and without him, no one has stepped up. No one has filled the shoes. Hobbit had a great first half. Think of the shotgun kills under Bout. He is bottom of the server right now. He has not kept up his performance into this T side, and the ideas have not been, you know, replacing his performance either. So this is really, really rough. And ESPADA know what's going on. They have 2B. They have a guy watching the cat play from Windows. Sophic can give the info. That will alert Patsy. There's the pick. That could be something for Winstrike, but they need to trade effectively, and Patsy's already putting up the damage. Here's the cat play. Sophic's not spotted it. He's not being able to stop it, and Bondic needs help. He needs support from short. 10 seconds. This plant has to happen. Patsy's killed in lurk, and Bondic's getting spammed as well. Elian does cover him. Oh, dear. This is so close. This is still winnable, but Patsy has not left the site, and he's not going down without a fight. Another kill down to the Deagle. He's got his ult back out, and Elian is just around the corner. Patsy doesn't know. It doesn't matter. He's got teammates coming from every direction, and it's only a matter of time. The shot will connect for Dexter, and even though Elian almost jumps away out of that round, 15 found for ESPADA.
The first time ESPADA have been in the lead since they took a 3-1 lead at the beginning of the match. Since then, they have been trailing the entire way. 8 rounds put back-to-back. ESPADA now have Winstrike up against the ropes, wobbling and dazed. Will we head to overtime, or will we head to overpass? In Winstrike, certainly hoping for the former rather than the latter. Lackey, as you highlighted, posted up 33 kills quite a while ago. He really has been stalled, and you really can't take that away from ESPADA. They've just done such a good job of holding both sides and really forcing Winstrike down.
Yeah, definitely. Winstrike have everything they've tried has not worked. I'd like to see some more mid control, but at this point it's too late. Fighting dry against the AWPs, and the AWPs have been a turning point for ESPADA. Dexter, I remember when he was bottom of the server. He's now second in his team, third in the server. Like, he has really come alive on the CT side and is one of the main reasons why we're here. But yeah, definitely a team effort for ESPADA, and now they got to deal with one more team, 4 players of which out the ramp and into A. Finnegan hears all. He's sat under the balcony, or under the sandwich rather, and they haven't cleared him either. Sophic dealing with the connector player, one by one. There's only 3 left to find. Bondic does get a kill, but again, they still haven't cleared Finnegan, and they don't look like they're going to. Prism half checking it, will finally convince with the spray, but he loses his teammate in the process. Quick shots from Dexter to close the map. And we're going to overpass. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the game that keeps on giving.